Okay, so what have we been up to with the SPL language? Well, we've managed to get a while loop working. Now you'll have to bear with me a little bit on this because this was a little bit more complicated than I thought this was going to be. So there's a few little bits to this that I'd like to try and show if I can. So we've obviously had to add the token while. We've also had to add these two tokens because you need to be able to do more than, less than, so the thing can actually run and do something useful. So we've done that. Then we've added them to the unordered map down here. We've added the increase and decrease tokens, which will be so you can do like I++, I minus, and then we've got less than and more than for being able to do equations, etc. So this basically at the end of this explanation we'll draw from 1 to 10 on the screen, so it's not over exciting, but we had to start somewhere. So where do we start? Okay, let's go in here. We had to add this little bit, this struct to the AST tree in here to add so as we can move the statement on. In here, this is one of the slightly bigger ones. In evaluate int, we've had to add these items here. This is going to be the less than, the more than. Left is larger, is less than right. One is true. I've commented it so as it's all what named. The same with the isMore statement that I'm using. Nothing else in there has changed bar for those bits. And in parsing we've had to add, are we in the right place for this? I think we are. A little bit blank there for a minute because I've just got to get what we're actually doing here. Right, so in here the while loop part comes in here, token while, and then all this is basically doing here is getting the pattern for the no, not in there, wrong one, wrong bit, this bit here. Oh, especially if I click it right. So it's basically just getting the brackets, the curly brackets, the end part of it, so as it knows that's basically all that's doing in there is getting and setting out that, and it lets you know if you've made a mess of it, which I quite often do, and then that simply returns the while statement back there to get things moving. In here, this is where I think, no, I've got that wrong. What bit do I need for the in the Lexer CPP, which I haven't got open? In here we need to go down to through all the, so I've just got myself lost a little bit there for a second. Strings, literals, handle, multi-characters. So we've had to add a section for multi-characters because obviously now we can't just do the plus sign, we have to do the plus sign, so we've had to add that in there, and obviously we've had to do the same for the minus sign to get it to reduce numbers. So that we've already got those in here, but this is for the single character and the single minus sign and all the other bits. I think that's pretty much what's had to be changed in order to get the code's all up on GitHub, so you can look at it on GitHub and go through it all line by line. And what this should give us, if I haven't made a mess in the last couple of minutes, this should give us a project that will produce and use the while loop and successfully produce a printout of numbers in the console. It's a bit slow. This machine's a little bit slow, so it does take a while. So all we need to do on here, move that piece of paper out from under the mouse so it stops skidding around. Open the main SPL file, and you can see in there we've got I've got it at the moment is more than 10, so this should produce something similar to counting down from 19. Let's see if it does. There we go. Yeah, down from 19 down to 10. So and all the other bits still work on here. The other bits print out with it. The other thing I've also updated, so I shouldn't do this because when I say I've done something, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work. But now technically we should also be able to run this. We should be able to run this one. This hadn't got a while loop in it, but there we go. We can run this one, and this also does all these inside the entry point of main. We'll print out all these bits correctly as well. So we've got, I can switch back to this one, and we should be able to run it again, and there we go. And if we want, we could do a little test there and go well, so let's do is less than 10 and alter, let's go up to here and make this 0. Now if we click save and run on that, we should get it going the other way. Oh, something's gone wrong. What have I done? Y is less than 10. That's that. Oh no, I see what I've done. Oh, and I can't edit it now whilst it's running, so I have to stop. I have to crash this now because I see what I did wrong there. Alright, it's a simple fix. All I'd done is I forgot to put the plus on there. So we'll go with that and try that again. Oh, I love it when you try to do something and it all goes tits up. Ah dear, never mind. No, not that one, this one. We're doing it in this one. Let's try that again. That should just simply count from 1 to 10. Okay, right. Embarrassment. Never mind. Anyhow, there you go. All the code's up on GitHub. If it's of any interest to anybody, do what you like with it. Thanks for watching if you did.